The most enjoyable thing about writing for children, for me, is the possibilities, the imagination, just the fact that I suppose children don't have to deal with a lot of the things that adults have to deal with. They don't have to pay mortgages, they don't have to go out to work, all those sorts of things. So I prefer actually being a child. I love the child's world. I love the imagination that children have, the make-believe. I guess in a way I just don't want to be an adult. So to me, being able to be a child, and I am a child through my characters, that's the best part about writing children's books. I suppose I just want to be a child. I think the hardest part about writing children's books is that the limitation of the words. So there are restrictions placed on writers when we're writing children's books. We have to write a story that's as fabulous as anything that would be written for adults, even better. But we have fewer words that we can use. For example, say you're writing a picture book. Ideally, a picture book would probably want to be no more than 500 or 700 words. Now, it's very hard to write an absolutely fantastic story in such a small amount of words. One of the aspects I consider that makes writing for children difficult is the fact that we have an audience that has a very short attention span. No offence to children, of course, but children have so many things they can do, and these things are visual, they're immediate, like computer games, movies, so much technology. There's iPods, there's this, there's that, there's there's so much on offer for children nowadays. When I was growing up, I think we had books. Yeah, we had books. But we didn't have the options when I was growing up that kids have nowadays. So we really have to write absolutely fantastic, brilliant, wonderful, exceptional children's books. So there's a lot of pressure on trying to compete with all the options children have nowadays. My typical day starts with a cup of tea. So I download my emails just to make sure there's nothing that, no emergencies, nothing I have to immediately deal with. Once I'm happy that my emails are downloaded and I can get on with my writing, then I go immediately into my writing. That's my routine, is to, once I start writing, is to work till about 1 or 2 o'clock. Depends on sort of how I'm going. I tend to stop somewhere between 1 and 2 o'clock for a couple of reasons. I start to get tired because I've been working from 9 through to 1 or 2 o'clock. I don't really stop for lunch. I stop to eat, but I don't stop and rest. I have students' homework, feedback to offer the students. And of course, there's that other wonderful thing writers have to do nowadays, and that's the promotion. So I have to look at, what can I do about promoting myself? I need to get out there and do other things. So unfortunately, nowadays writers can't just write. But that's pretty much a typical day for me. If I worked 8 hours a day, I'm trying to keep up on all the information that's out there on the publishing industry, I still couldn't do it. So I think we have to sort of realise that while there's a lot of information available, there's only so much you can incorporate into your life, into your day. I subscribe to e-zines, I subscribe to websites. I'm a member of the Australian Society of Authors and the Australian Publishers Association. So, I do have access to the information. Sometimes it takes me a while to actually get to reading it because there are just so many things to do. It's not possible to keep up with everything. You have to try and keep up with some. And there's a lot of stuff out there that really isn't necessary. And one of the things that Rob and I found is that if people worry so much about the market or about the writing, research or whatever, that it can actually stop them from writing. If I don't write, there's no point in me knowing anything about the industry. So while I do try and keep up with the industry, you need to find a balance. And I think that's one of the things. You need to find a balance, a happy balance. And it's taken me a while to find that balance. But that balance always means writing first.
Do you need any special kind of formatting for Kindle books?
Yes, you do. But one of the things I've found is that it's quite easy and it's quite straightforward because Amazon make it easy and straightforward. Amazon want you to get your books up there on Kindle and to sell them, of course, because that benefits Amazon. So Amazon actually make it as easy for you as possible. It's all straightforward. You can also upload your Word documents and Amazon will automatically convert them for you to Kindle. One of the reasons I actually do it myself is because you have absolute control over it then, and you can make it look a certain way. I prefer to do it myself because it's easy to do rather than allow Amazon to choose the formatting for me. But it's up to you. You can get Amazon to format it for you. Yes, you can upload your own cover to Kindle. The covers I use on my books that are on Amazon Kindle at the moment are all made by the fabulous Rob Parnell. He's fabulous at making covers, amongst other fabulous things he does. The fees involved in having a book on Amazon Kindle are pretty much the same as a publisher-author relationship. You get a royalty split. Amazon will offer you, say for example, 70% and Amazon will keep 30%. So it's a similar arrangement as you would have with a publisher. It is essential nowadays to self-market your work. See? No. But yes, it is essential nowadays to self-market your work. Publishers over time have, because you got to remember, publishing is a business. So over time, publishers have gone through cost cutting, and they have limited resources, and fortunately for the best-selling authors, they'll get a lot of the marketing money. So it's up to the rest of us to really do as much as we can. And we need to make ourselves attractive to publishers. Publishers get so many submissions. They have so many authors they can deal with. So we need to make ourselves attractive to the publishers and also to the readers. So that's just one of the necessities in life, is to be able to market and promote your work. Now look at these good books. You can't live without these books. Just an example of marketing. Okay, a bad example, but